Thank you for staying with us. It is still Mainland 98.3 FM. Time check is 8:41 a.m. and it's time for Mainland Focus. That's the part where, we carry on the conversation from trends in the papers. We select one or two major stories off the front pages of the papers, and then we open the phone line for you to join the conversation. My name still remains Omobola Sandra. Fuad Sahid is also here with me. And the two stories we're taking this morning, we're taking them off the front pages of Vanguard and The Guardian newspaper. The first is the major headline on the front page of Vanguard. Cholera. Death toll hits 21 in Lagos. 401 cases recorded. We're also going to be looking at a story on the front page of The Guardian, which is Sanusi remains Emir, say Kano governor, despite court ruling. That's interesting days ahead. It's just interesting what is going on in Rivers State and Kano State at this time now. I don't know what's happening in Edo State, but it's just interesting days ahead. Anyways, so let's kick things off first off with the story on Vanguard newspaper, where we have, of course, following the cholera outbreak in some parts of the country, at least 21 persons have been confirmed dead in Lagos, where we have about 401 suspected cases reported to the State Ministry of Health. All right. And announcing this development in an update on the disease, the special advisor to Lagos State on Health, Dr. Cᴏᴜ disclosed that the total number of cholera cases has increased to 401, with Lagos Island, Koshofe, Ikorodu, and Etiosa recording the highest numbers. So the rise in cases was anticipated, especially following the Ileya festivities, during which large gatherings occurred. However, suspected cases were subsiding across local government areas, particularly previously affected local government areas, due to state government intervention and surveillance efforts. So right now, the Minister of Health, in collaboration with the State Minister of Environment and its agency, LASEPA, that's Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, have continued to collect samples of water, food and beverages to identify the source of the contamination. There's also surveillance activities in communities, particularly in areas that are affected. They're also working with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, as well as the Ministry of Tertiary Education, to ensure that precautions are taken to the schools to protect the children and the scholars on their return to school. All right, but then they're still calling on the residents to remain vigilant, practice good hand hygiene, participate in community sanitation activities to stop the spread of cholera. Moving on from that one now, the Chief Medical Director of LASUTH, the Lagos State Teaching Hospital, Professor Aditokunbo Fabanwo, disclosed that the 5 cholera patients that were admitted last week have been discharged, adding that there was no surge of cases at LASUTH, that is. But then the Lagos State Water Corporation has issued a fresh red alert, to beware of untreated water that's in circulation. So what we have now is that in a release by the corporation, they said they've commenced extensive water sampling and quality monitoring campaign.
Now the Lagos Water Corporation.
Yes. Quality monitoring campaign throughout the state.
Where is their own water?
Maybe it's part of the water they want to sample.
No.
Do they have water to sample?
Nobody has used water, the boreholes and the other alternative sources that people are using. I'm saying that, the water from Lagos Water Corporation, where is that water?
So that's where they're coming now. Maybe they have their own that they want to argue, because what they're saying now is they're calling on people in Lagos, especially Lekki and Victoria Island, that they should refrain from consuming water from unreliable or untreated sources.
So where is their unreliable water to give to those people?
So they are saying that people should bring water samples from their houses. Residents have been encouraged to bring water samples from their homes or public spaces for testing by the qualified teams at the Lagos Water Corporation at Ijora. Saying that residents have been encouraged to bring water samples. So from to suspect that well, they have said that every individual should take responsibility for ensuring their water is safe.
So at the end of the day, don't take responsibility. Yes. So why get the sample?
But you know, the Lagos Water Corporation says that they are committed to providing safe and clean drinking water to everyone.
And where is that safe and drinking water? Where is the safe and drinking water? Where is the safe drinking water from Lagos Water Corporation?
I didn't
know.
In this back and forth. At the Jora. Anyways, the PSP operators have been assigned to ensure a 24-hour seamless evacuation of waste. So, as part of measures to prevent further spread, so the MD of Loma, Dr. Ḥmuyiwa Gbadegẹṣin, has called on residents to also observe their own. But then, measures have become necessary, part of which is PSPs have been assigned to ensure that every 24 hours there's evacuation of waste. So there are some precautionary measures that Loma has also suggested. Proper waste disposal, ensure safe drinking water, frequent hand washing, food safety practices, use of proper sanitation facilities, among others, and all. So that's what we have here. But then, how do we quickly address this cholera outbreak in Lagos and other parts of the country? That's what we're looking at now, basically. And what does the outbreak say about poor infrastructure and the living standards of people in Lagos and other parts of the country, and also the role of the Lagos Water Corporation in all of this that we are discussing? Because according to this analysis that we have in Vanguard newspaper, it says here that the primary issue or the primary source now is water contamination, due to the fact that, of course, Lagos being a coastal city surrounded by water and all of that, so water is the major issue, although there are other primary factors that goes alongside of it, which is unhygienic living condition, overcrowding, open defecation, and ignorance as regards the disease. But of course, drinking water is a major issue, especially for us Lagosians. So what the role of the Lagos Water Corporation, as well as regards the cholera outbreak in Nigeria and or Lagos specifically now. That's as regards that. Let's quickly look at this story as well. The second focal point is taken off the front page of the Guardian newspaper, and that is Sanusi remains Emir, say Kano governor, despite court ruling. That's an interesting one. So let's just quickly look at what the report is giving us from Guardian. So amid a pushback, there's a pushback by the Kano state government. The Federal High Court reversed the dethronement of Emir Ado Bayero and the four other emirs who, interestingly, we don't really hear much of, but yes, they're also a part of all of this. The emirs of Bichi, Rano, Karaya, and Gaya Emirates. All right, but now, in an interesting turn of events, or in a swift reaction to the reversal of the dethronement of Ado Bayero and the four others, the state government, the Kano state government, has said the ruling shows Alhaji Mohammed Sanusi II is still the emir of Kano. And the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Haruna Issa Dedere said this during a press conference held at the Government House yesterday evening. Alright, so let's not forget the trial judge Abdullahi Muhammad Liman set aside the repeal of the Kano Emirate law by the State House and ordered all parties to maintain status quo. However, Mr. Dedere said the Kano State government acknowledged the ruling by the Federal High Court regarding the Kano Emirates Council Repeal Law and views same as upholding the rule of law. He said, and I quote, "By the ruling of the court is an unequivocally reaffirmed the validity of the law passed by the Kano State House of Assembly and assented to by His Excellency the Executive Governor of Kano on Thursday, 23rd of May by 5:10 p.m. This part of the judgment is very fundamental to the entire matter. Further implication of the ruling is that all actions done by the government before the emergence of the interim order of the Honorable Court are equally validated. This means that the abolition of the 5 emirates created in 2019 is validated, and the deposition of the 5 emirs is also sustained by the Federal High Court. By implication, this means that Mohammed Sanusi II remains Emir of Kano." And that's coming from the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Kano State. Alright. The judge also granted an application for the stay of proceedings until the Court of Appeal deals with the appeal before its own jurisdiction. And according to him, happily, the signing of the law and reinstatement of His Highness Emir Sanusi before the emergence of the interim order, which was served on us on Monday, 27th of May, 2024. Basically, in all of this, Fuad, in everything, in all of this, both the Rivers State issue and the Kano State issue, I just want to say thank you to our judiciary for this amazing entanglement that they have put us in. That's all I have to say. Anyway, what do you make of the current situation on the emirship tussle in Kano State? What about the role of the courts and security agents in the crisis? Security agents being that the IG gave the police, the directive to, protect the Ado Bayero as the court recognized emir of Kano. So that's where the security agents come in now, because they are there frontline and center, ensuring that there's no, issue with Ado Bayero. So what we also suggest as the best way, what's the best way to resolve this emirship tussle in Kano State? So those are the two focal points. For very quickly, let's get your thoughts.
I'll do it in 1 minute. Again, this is just an appeal to the Lagos State government. That look, it's a mega city.
As regards the cholera one.
The cholera outbreak. Right. This is a blessed mega city. You can't be a city sitting on water, and then a very simple basic thing as provision of potable water for the people becomes extremely difficult. Further, you can't talk about cleanliness. You can't talk about clean environment without the availability of clean and potable water. That you know. So we are asking the ultimate question, the very big question today. What has happened to the ability of the Lagos State government to provide water for Lagos residents? Despite the humongous revenue they make, the taxes they collect from the people, why can't the Lagos State government provide, which used to happen before? In this Lagos, we had potable water running. The pumps were running everywhere.
Yes.
So, is it not so ironical and unfortunate that the only time we are now hearing the Lagos State Water Corporation talking now is that there's a cholera outbreak and they want to test water, whereas they are supposed to be the ones to even provide clean water for the people. So it's just an appeal, because really I don't want to go too deep into the living that standard of the people in Lagos and the ineffectiveness of the Lagos State government to take care of the basic needs of the people when it comes to things like that. It's a mega city, for God's sake. But there's still a lot of work that the government can do to make it a functional mega city. That's what we are saying. And one of that is the provision of potable water for the people. It should not be difficult for the state government to do. But where we are now, we are now testing water, telling people to bring water to Ijora, and then after we test, what do we now do?
I don't think and let that go. So I'm moving on to the second focal point, please.
The issue of Kano State, we are talking about maintenance of status quo now. Which status quo do we maintain now?
Is it pre-2019? Is it after 2019? Is it the repeal? Which one are we maintaining?
I know the sad thing about these judgments, that these are judges that they will not give the judgment and now leave it to all manner of interpretation. They don't give closure to it. They just maintain status quo. Why can't they be definite about the status quo they are talking about? Because what the government is saying is that, look, the status quo is after the law has been made in the state and the 5 regulations have been dissolved. Now the status quo is just...
Okay, so
whereas the people on the other side are talking about the status quo as of 2019. You see the crisis now. And then there are senior lawyers who have said that, look, we are already seeing another re-emergence of judicial rascality in the case of Kano again. Whereas a court that does not have jurisdiction, that has precedence of not having jurisdiction to entertain this kind of matter, is sitting on the matter, using corner on the issue of fundamental human rights. The court crisis again. So again, it's just an appeal again. When everything goes wrong like this, you just have to make appeal and beg everybody to please be responsible. So our politicians can just be please, for the sake of the suffering, the people that lost their lives to bring back this democracy in 1999, 20 years after, 25 years after, to please behave themselves and not double into everything and mess everything up. Whether it's in Kano State or Rivers State, can we just beg our politicians to please save this democracy for us? And also beg the judiciary that no matter the shenanigans we see from our politicians, we are begging them for the sake of everything that we lost, fighting the military to restore this democracy, to please also do the right thing every time they are called upon, to exercise their power. It's becoming an extremely embarrassing standard. And ultimately, we're also begging the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was in the trenches, who fought very hard, finance all of the movement that takes out the military out of government to restore this democracy in Nigeria. So please, think more of the good of the nation than any personal political interest and every matter that will still come up. It is Kano today, it is Rivers today. More issues are still going to come up. And as the president of the nation, we are feeling for him to please, and every time he's going to take a decision, it should be about the rule of law, not about his own personal interest. Because whatever he does today, Sandra, will be the legacy of him that we continue to talk about when he's no longer the president. The maximum is 8 years, Sandra. He cannot be president for more than 8 years. But after his tenure, what are we going to be saying about it? That's what I say for him today. Can close on him today, Sandra.
Thank you very much, Saheed Fuad. We're opening the phone line now for you to join the conversation as regards the two focal points on the table this morning. The first is as regards cholera outbreak. How do we quickly address the cholera outbreak in Lagos and other parts of the country? What does the outbreak say about our poor infrastructure and living standards of the people in Lagos and other parts of the country, and specifically Lagos, the role of the Lagos Water Corporation? Let's have a conversation. The second is as regards the emirate tussle in Kano State. What do you make of the current situation in the emirship tussle? What about the role of the courts, judiciary, and also the security agents in this particular crisis? And what would you suggest? What's the best way for us to resolve this issue and come out of it, and let's move on and safeguard our democracy as Fuad has appealed earlier on? So the number to call is 0913-6000-410, 0913-6000-410. That is the number to call. All right, you can drop your WhatsApp messages on 0913-6000-430. 0913-6000-430. That is the number to send your WhatsApp messages to. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can drop your comments in the live chat section as well on Facebook. Let's have a conversation. We have some messages dropping already. We'll take the messages as the show progresses. Please, let's stick within the 2 minutes time frame. Very important. Today is Friday, so we don't have the luxury of ending the show at 9:45 today. So please, once it's 2 minutes, you get your prompt and then we move on to the next submission. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right.
My name is Adishima. I'm calling from
Yes, we are.
I want to start by talking about that and access to our president to bring toilet for all his employees. When the people that this man talk about from beggar from sector to beggar, that have been messed up, by the avenue, that they don't have to touch it. You can see them at every point of collecting money. So we are trying to intervene to at least make a position for public toilet for its employees if the avenue is Lagos State. He was talking about most of the situation is cholera, people dying from ailments that they cannot afford to pay for, and another symptom is crime. So there's not everybody can do that. Concerning Lagos State not providing water, well, I've talked about it yesterday that in Lagos State the amount of electricity they are generating, they can't provide water for people, that they can share money for the mandate group, the other group that is holding Lagos State captive. So what would you think about the Kano post?
Time's up.
You need to be very fast about it. Okay, there's this adage that says that you can't eat your cake and have it on the part of the traditional ruler. So they have wanted to the campaign managers that they have started to compromise and be on the part of the politician.
Thank you.
They have to take it like that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. 0913-6000-410. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
It's very good morning to you.
Prince Wise, you have just minutes. So.
Good morning. 2 minutes, Prince Wise.
3, make it 4.
Okay.
I'm getting right in my town, right, Benin Osun State.
All right. Good morning, sir.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Amen.
You see, you have to appeal to the governor to direct the commissioner for it to do the needing. The local government is 8 workers, not to do something. And again, we need the public toilet to nothing bus stop. It should be so. People are talking to Lagos, some of them they have nowhere to live. Those who live under the bridge, those who live under the shanty, I think they open the street of Kenya, it's a big problem in Lagos. We must have all this. That is my own solution for them. And for the problem in Kano, I think the good value for me, if I have a good advisor, is go there. When they take away the sanity the other time around, they never approach court. But this very one, if they can make a law, and the government on the throne now, they have their full right to do whatever they want to do. Once they take the matter to the state assembly, and the youth assembly can make a law, just make a law. And this matter, at the end of the day, the man will not out at the Supreme Court. But for me, things must be supreme. And I want to appeal to Mr. President, because if I have to settle power to tell the IG, is still away from all the problems. And the government of Kano State is extra careful, tackle the matter professionally, the most closely in Kano, especially in Fatu and all Nigeria. So I'm telling my greeting from Morale. I could say
people, Prince
Monkey, I want to kill a
basket of tomatoes. Well done, Prince Wise.
I'm a farmer. So without me, how do I want everybody to know?
If not collected tomatoes,
I saw.
Good morning. My interpretation. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Clinton.
Good morning.
That's right. This I know that airtime is very expensive. This charge 9:30 cut-off time. It's too slow.
It's too slow.
Millions of listeners and all of us want to contribute. It's too low.
All right.
So how do you know what for this time? Not we look into it.
All right. Madam Salah, all right. Yes.
Hey, let me tell you frankly.
Yes.
This president will push this country. If this Jogobolo for and democracy fails, you are irresponsible with all respect. Yes. You know why?
Why?
It politicize everything. Whether you like Buhari or not, there are some qualities of Buhari during his time. You don't interfere in any election, be it political or whatever, traditional, I don't know. You understand? Buhari was sitting there when Sᴘᴏʀᴛ was removed. Sᴘᴏʀᴛ is a fly, that emirate is a fly emirate. Buhari is a Fulani man, but he refused to interfere. He was sitting down there. Yes, and that was what is part of the thing that Sᴘᴏʀᴛ take it personal with Buhari that he done because Buhari refused to interfere. Now this president is interfering into the law. We don't have Ifa. We don't control Ifa in electing like this. The thing is open. Once you are from wrong home, you are ready, you are qualified to contest. Isn't it?
Yes.
Now the same process that Bible was removed, the same process that this was removed, the same process that this governor used to remove Amin. So why is it because of a judicial issue? Why is it okay, I stand to the corrected side. The federal high court has judicial power to entertain to
Who said it?
They're telling us that are they telling us, the judiciary is telling us that state lawmakers have no power in that law in their state? But this president is being misadvised by people like Gambia, that has no any political value. If you want to survive politically in the northern part of Nigeria, you have to come clear. You understand? This is number one. Rivers, let him go. Look at Rivers. It's another powerful state now in South. Yes, he has allowed this Jogobolo is happening again in that region. You understand? And this is Căuɪsᴇ because that man is the Jᴏ state. Before you know that military will start, with this fragile economy that we are into.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my sister. How are you? Good morning.
I'm well, thank you. Good morning.
God bless you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, the man that wants to take water sample. Which water? I was laughing when you took this word from my mouth. Is it testing the borehole water that our landlord have given us? I moved to 𝐴ᴏ 20th of January, and I met water in a compound, Lagos State government water. As I talk to you now, since 2022, the thing went there, and now the pipe has been removed. We don't know. There is no water from Lagos State. Which one are they testing? Okay, they want to test sachet water. When I buy a bag of sachet water to call them to come and test. We have been talking about taking state of infrastructure in Lagos State. I said when I came to Lagos from Ibadan, some time ago, Marwa was the man then. We had water every junction of the street. I was living in Tango, Okonaike Street, Idiemi, Sunday Street, my compound. We had water outside and water at the backyard. All those things are history now. When somebody will come with it. You cannot rule with propaganda. The same thing that is happening at the federal level is what the God said is replicating. You tell people what is not true, what is not there. On open dedication, let me tell you where to go to Ogamifwan if you don't know. Just come to Nipan here. After the Fidelity Bank, you see FCMB. That place that they are doing barbecue chicken. And in line. Come to that place, that big canal passing there. No cover. That's where they duplicate. That's my doctor I'm telling you now. And these people don't have radio to listen to news like this. Why can't they bring their only arrest system? Go to places like this that are overcrowded. They do chicken there. Banks are preaching there. People are buying it there and are eating it there. Some hotels send their people on bike to come and buy it there. Let them go to bus stop, go to motor park, go to private places. We probably address system and tell people what they should not do and what they should do. Not sitting in the office and lie to us.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, have a nice day.
Thank you.
Barbecue chicken, open defecation. How do you reconcile that?
Is it at the Aladi airport stop that he's talking about?
I don't know. He described the place. I'm like, I was going to tell you Peter.
Because I'll still eat chicken.
I was going to tell you your months. Let me deal with the one alone there. He said I should come there again to come and see open defecation.
You need to
it's hard.
go everywhere.
It's open defecation.
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, Fuad and Sandra. This is on WhatsApp now. It's rather disheartening that in 2024 our country is battling cholera epidemic and our office holders are gathering data. It's pure expression of retrogression, result of near no governance, and I can't just understand why they can't see this. Appropriate refuse and sewage disposal is the cure. Enough of the propaganda. And that's Temidayo from Idimu sharing his own. Excuse me. I have here, good morning Mainland FM. When I got to Lagos early 80s, the Lagos State Water Corporation was a major source of water supply. Today, Lagos State Water Corporation is dead and buried. What is the government doing to revive the corporation? Pius from K2 is asking. Good morning. It's Fuhad. I don't know how we got to Sheriff, but it's fine. It's been a while. Okay. All right. Now I get that. Yeah, in a totally different house. Good morning. In the case of Kano State government, the rampant travesty of justice has become the hallmark of the Nigerian judiciary. The lawmakers and judges have become unhealthy from the frustration that they have created by themselves. Look, except the case is dispatched to the inner chambers in London, he has said this before, for judgment and return to Nigeria for implementation, there will be no justice. After all, when late Richard Akinjide SAN and late Rotimi Williams SAN argued the electoral victory of late former President Shagari over late Obafemi Awolowo in that presidential election, they were forced by the seeming lacuna in the Nigerian laws to seek the opinions from the inner chambers in London before passing the judgment, which is to conclude that the Nigerian laws and their interpreters have failed. The double tutors have not done their work well in the Nigerian laws and crop of unhealthy lawyers at all. Tochukwu Ajele Thompson from Obanikoro sharing that one on WhatsApp. I also have here still on WhatsApp. Hello Mainland FM. This Nigeria is something else. A country where everybody has a borehole and those that don't have used dug up wells to get water. The last time Water Corporation supplied water in Festac was in 1992, if I remember properly. And now they say we should bring sample. How ironic is this? This can only happen in a country where people don't have a say and the judicial system is too good to be true, as you cannot sue the government in Nigeria in the court and win. Tying this to the judgment in Kano still boils down to how our judicial system is now being abused by people in power and politics. Sean from Festac sharing that one as well. Alright, we also have some messages on Facebook. We'll be back to the phone line in a bit. Stay with us. Christopher F. Young on Facebook is saying, good morning, Sandra and Fuad. The only way we can address the cholera outbreak is to stop open defecation, disposal of waste on the roads, water and other places. Government should give people clean and potable water at all public places. God bless my country. Amen. And that's Christopher F. Young on Facebook. I also have here Ugwunkwoya also saying, good morning, wonderful team. You guys are doing awesome. I celebrate you always. Thank you. Open defecation is terrible in all parts of Lagos State, mostly by the agboros, drivers, scavengers, etc. Something needs to be done ASAP by the state government. That is, I got that. Ugwunkwoya sharing that one. I also have Oluwa Fair is saying, when judgment favors us, we praise the judiciary. When it goes against us, we condemn them of being biased and influenced by government. Nigerians should allow judiciary to do their work without forcing our feelings and sentiments on them. On cholera, government should always be proactive to health issues. And that's Oluwafe on Facebook sharing that one. Very quickly, we also have here 𝐴𝐷𝐴 on Facebook saying, prevention, they say, is better than cure. My condolences to the families of people that have lost their lives to the cholera outbreak. It's quite unfortunate, ridiculous and shameful that a state like Lagos, known as the megacity, is still battling with cholera due to the failure of government to provide potable drinking water and clear the refuse that has occupied the road, despite the huge revenue generated in the state. The most annoying is where you see miscreants doing open defecation in broad daylight and they will not be arrested. My advice for the government, especially the governor, is to provide borehole water, build standard toilets in all public schools and marketplaces, reintroduce war against indiscipline. Why? I mean, what's the acronym? Okay, why? But there's KI. Yes, kick against indiscipline. That will move around to address anyone throwing dirt, defecating or urinating just anywhere in the public. This, I believe, will go a long way in curbing the problem of cholera in the state. Finally, there's no doubt that our judiciary has set the country on fire, just that it has not burnt it down completely. Following the Kano and River State judgments, this contradictory, undefined and open-ended judgment is becoming embarrassing. The Chief Justice of the Federation should do something fast. God bless Nigeria. Temitope on Facebook, sharing that one. 15 minutes past 9, you're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The focus is the cholera outbreak and the Emirates tussle in Kano State. Let's have a conversation. 0913 6000 410. Hello.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
It's just that not to have at least 1 or 2, 3 good news in our paper.
Your name and location.
Your name.
We know you, but we call the license. Alright, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
About what? Because I think they are not seeing Lagos State what I thought. Not the equivalent like there is a pipe, and I think it happening that to some people that are interested in their water.
I mean, there's pipe bomb water in the bitometer.
Where in the building?
Yes. About Makolu.
We're on public water in the building.
Giving testimony. Is it in your compound?
Along about Makolu.
Okay.
Along about.
It is not in houses, just along about Macaulay Way.
Yeah, this is it. If pipe is under the along about Makolu, if you need the water, you go there and you go to the office and pay them. So they will pass it meter. If I have someone who is using the water,
They will pass the meter to where?
To where?
You tap it along the road.
You fetch what? You fetch the
When you
water.
tap it, that's what they say.
What is it now?
You tap it.
You be the one to run your pipe yourself to your house.
You be the one to run it. So you have to go in, you know, have to take the ground to your house, you know, you support it. You pipe is there, tapping it, what I need.
Who owns the pipe? Is it the government corporation or a private?
Lagos government.
They put it there for you to come and pay and tap by themselves and run their own pipe.
Yeah, you run it yourself. So you run it to your house.
That's also a good one.
And it's expensive because how do you break it down to your house, you know?
I'll be seeing again, you just go.
This
Yeah, no problem. My own.
Carry on.
No, I'm not whining you. I'm not more whining you. So you can ask anybody along there.
We're not arguing with you about the availability of what you're saying. We're talking about the process and all of what I have to do.
It's fine, we give you that. Lots of time, yeah.
So,
About this Kano issue, you will not be honest with this thing. Like for now, you will not be honest with this one. If you appeal the matter and go to the Supreme Court, and the matter will continue. Like I said before, please, in time to just come. If anybody from time to just come, the mind has gone to the sea. You will see that system all over. So we should expect more drama from Kano. Okay.
yeah. Thank you very much. I'm just wondering now, so about Macaulay in Ẹ́búté-Mẹ́ta, so I stay in Mushin, so how will I pass it
You
from
run your tap. That's why I say now. You go and tell them that then you run your pipe.
Ẹ́búté-Mẹ́ta to
Break the, you can't expose it, so you probably run it
Underground.
break the ground, cover it up, and
again?
The video show is just
No,
it's fine. Because I was in Ẹ́búté-Mẹ́ta on Monday, and that's what I'm wondering. Although Ablakoli is Ẹ́búté-Mẹ́ta East, I was in Ẹ́búté-Mẹ́ta West, you know, so I don't know what he's saying, but it's fine.
This is part of the pride that we are talking about. Court list contenders in limbo. I like the way the Daily Trust.
Daily Trust is always interesting in their headlines.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Sunday.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, you're welcome.
You're
Sir.
welcome.
Thank you. First of all, the issue of epidemic in Lagos. I think it is right time maybe we change that the name of a major city to Jungle City in Lagos. Because a lot of things is happening in Lagos, apart from the, epidemic. You notice that a lot of people is complaining about this hoodlum. It's so
Harassment everywhere.
Harassment everywhere. It's becoming a critical problem. You cannot move. You understand? I think my appeal to the governor of Lagos State is that he is the governor of Lagos State. He should concentrate on the welfare of the people. It's Panama. It's not for Abuja. It's the governor of Lagos State. You see? You cannot be, when you say a place is a mega city, you need to do everything for comfortability of the people that you are ruling. So it's necessary. That's why you say maybe Lagos is now in Jungle City, not mega. Now, on the issue of Kano, you cannot see that what goes around turn around. That's the way I look at it. The enemies in Kano have been politicized. There are some people, that goes in there are people who are Kwakwa, there are some people that are Kwakwa. That's exactly, that's divided the area into two. You cannot see the government of the day. Why does the yesterday governor? So you can see. So it's a problem. Well, I don't have anything to say, but our leaders should know that whatever you do, people will use to like you said them for us. Whatever our president do to us, today, it will be a record. We start talking about Sokoto because of what they did to Nigeria. That's the way I want, that's my advice to our president. Don't attend to our immediate needs. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, and you as well. Thank you, Madam Salah. I appreciate it. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, Mr. Ford. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, Sandra, good morning.
Yes.
Yes, this is a long time. This is Samuel calling from Kenya.
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
Welcome, Samuel.
Yes, about what? I want to ask the last time I checked, how many local governments do we have in Lagos State?
57. Well, 20 with additional 37, so maybe 57 LCDs. Yeah.
Okay. And out of those local government and LCDA, then you discover that maybe one out of those 50 something, maybe we have maybe the pump by the public water is running in one of those local governments.
We don't have in one gas, not even another one.
Okay, now how can we now say that there is water in Lagos State, and people are coming to say that they are justifying it, that if they saw it somewhere, and so you saw it in one local government or somewhere maybe in your community, does it mean that every community in Lagos State has public water? Why did we always keep deceiving ourselves and justify all this inefficiency of this politician? Why did we always do that? Let's face it, Lagos State and all their slogan every time they say they are building a mega city. Where is the mega city? Is it how the mega city they build? They go to we travel now, or therefore you travel to other countries now, you see all this things. When we are talking about a mega city, what makes a place a mega city? Is it this kind of thing? Cholera. If we were born now, when we were still living in the village, we know about cholera. Now they are making it look as if maybe this is another pandemic that comes into Nigeria that they cannot handle. And they want people to celebrate that maybe they are doing the best to I don't understand this kind of thing. Seriously. It's an embarrassment. And look at what someone just say now about the old woman and the cow. They are building a mega city. And you go everywhere, you see people standing on the major road with sticks and all manner of things. I don't know. And people will come and justify it. They will say they are working, the governors are doing this, are doing that. And then we live here, we can't even see what they are doing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Yes.
Every day when I'm going, I face harassment from these hoodlums at Ojota bus stop there.
But they are going on the road.
Okay, that's the problem again.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning, we are with you.
Yeah, good morning.
That's about simple.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is 𝐴vy Oᴘᴇ speaking for Sᴘᴏ.
Please go on.
Hello?
We can hear you.
This family issue, you understand? Like this government, they behave like emperors. That Adebayo was supposed to be the emiir. It was during Jonathan time that they played politics. Căucasus, they decided to bring the Sanusi in order to spite Jonathan. Is that Adebayo that supposed to be the emiir? So it was politics that they played that they made Sanusi emiir. Do you understand? It's like justice is working for Adebayo now. Do you understand? But that time he was supposed to be though the president now was in support of Căucasus because he favored them. Do you understand? So that's what I have to say. And the issue of water, okay, yeah, then when I was in school, secondary school, I used to go, you go to Asi, you drink water from tap. That water used to be there then in houses, but I don't really know what happened. So, and other part, this is what I say, like everything a politician, Fubara Modi, now he has done caretaker. The caretaker cannot access their office. You see what will happen. I do everything we do.
Thank you, 𝐴vy. I appreciate you. He always has very
purpose
of looking at it. Thank you. Very purpose way. We have here on WhatsApp. I'll just wrap things up with a few messages. Like we always say, Friday isn't a frame of ours as regards timing. But we have here. Let's see what we have on WhatsApp. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. It's fine. As for the emirate in Kano, it's all about politics of power that is playing out. We are watching. The problem now is the benefits of democracy to the people in Kano is at a slow pace because governing attention is being diverted. In all we are witnessing in Nigeria's democracy, the politicians are indirectly telling us that Nigeria is far from democracy. The Lagos state government should give order to those keeping livestock in residential houses, in addition to other measures put in place to Benjamin from Sᴘᴏʀᴛ. I think they're selling chicken.
Apart from chicken, livestock, cows.
No.
In residential areas.
Yes. Oh, on my street. Oh my goodness.
Just people are living. Cows are dead. Defecating there. Eating. I was in Sᴘᴏʀᴛ, how many days ago? Around that shitter area, just you have cows everywhere. People are selling ram in residential areas.
Very, very true. So
where are the health officers?
On my street.
Yes.
On my street. Especially during the Salah period where they brought in a lot of cows. On the street, they're on the road. And the interesting thing, the person that is selling these cows is living in a rented apartment.
And so everywhere has to smell and
the rented apartment, there's no even space to park a car. So guess where he parks his cows?
Just on the road.
On the road.
Selling cows.
They
right on the road.
They defecate there, they pee there.
I'm not just saying that, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. No, I'm just saying that. I'm not just into that.
Still exist. In Lagos Island, you see them everywhere selling cows and rams. In residential areas.
It is very unfortunate at this time now. It's not just just as far as it's not just poultry, because I know it's poultry that is
poultry now.
Is most rampant one, but now cows, and I can attest to
rams,
But let's just leave it at that. Because the person is very close to my mom, and my mom is listening.
You see the sentiment,
Mr. Benjamin from Sᴘᴏʀᴛ, thank you for bringing that up. That is a very, very valid, conversation there. Emirate tussle and political shenanigans going on in Rivers State. Only the speedy return of independence to the judiciary, but they are independent, can restore the sanity of Nigeria and Nigerians. The kind of grandstanding from the court recently, if allowed to continue, is capable of causing crisis in this country. I pray the government of the day realize itself quickly and do the needful. If not, your guess is as good as mine. Chika Bende from Trade Fair, thank you very much. Let's see what we have on Facebook. We have quite a lot of messages here as well. We have here Folarin Omolaja Latif. Good morning, Midland FM. Don't mind that guy that said water in Midland. I reside in Ebutemeta. He said about Macaulay now. Go and check there, Mr. Folarin Omolaja. Go and check there. He said about Macaulay. He was very, very, affirmative as regards that particular one. So you can check there. All right. We also have here on Facebook, Patrick Obiazo is saying, Fuad, please, still on this minimum wage conversation, will those employed gatekeepers, drivers, it's all right, will they enjoy minimum wage? Good question. Secondly, as I move around, I'm frightened by the alarming number of able but jobless youths across the states. Is the potential dangers and consequences of this development any concern to the government? Because I have not seen any steps or policies from government in addressing this time bomb. Are we not concerned that our little children in schools are now more focused on mimicking or learning the old new national anthem and focusing on the academic works? Finally, is it not an irony that an appointed APC caretaker chairman in Rivers State is speaking against the inauguration of caretaker chairman for local government councils in the same state? That's an interesting one. But that's a wrap for today. Apologies, we're not able to take your messages or your calls, but as we always say, the conversation continues. Join 𝐴꿼ᴄ Akínyẹ̀dé by 4 p.m. in the Situation Room for further discourse. All right. But of course, Said Fuhad and his League of Analysts would also be on the political roundtable on Sunday by 6 p.m.
Yeah, Rivers Kano, the focus.
Yes, of course. Of course.
We can't speak with people from Kano State and from Rivers State.
I'm sorry, since we're talking politics now, so Philip Shaibu is supporting APC in Edo State.
He's been suspended by the PDP in Edo State.
But he has not openly declared support.
Well, what else do you want to do? He's become an orphan, some sort of kind of orphan. Yeah, so the PDP has disowned him.
That's unfortunate.
And he has to find somewhere to continue to push his political career. So,
whereas in Ondo State, APC Ondo has declared total support for Lucky Aiyedatiwa and his chosen running mate, which is of course the current deputy governor of the state. So all the best to all of them as regards that. That's as regards September and November, where we have the Edo and Ondo governorship elections that will be happening then. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you very much, Said Fuad.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up next is Agri Hour.